Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of the Crazy Knitter Studio podcast. My name is Kristen, and I am your host. I am also known as Crazy Knitting Fool on Ravelry, and I want to say hello to everyone who is returning, and hi to anyone who is checking this out for the first time. So today is Tuesday, November 3rd, 2015, and I'm calling this episode Not Much Progress, because, as you will see, there's not much progress. So why am I recording at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday morning? Well, it is election day here in the United States, and since they use some of the schools in our district for polling places, they don't have the kids there with strangers coming in and out all day. So little man doesn't have school today. So I took the day off and we're home this morning, and then we're going to go out this afternoon. I'm going to go vote, and then we're going to go to lunch at his favorite place, Panera, as he calls it, or Panera, as the rest of us call it. And then we're going to go to the library. They're having a movie day, so we're going to go see a movie. And then we'll come home and it'll be time for bath and homework and bed and dinner and all that fun stuff. So moving on. Presser, weeks in review. So I broke one of my cardinal rules, which is never leave/turn off a sporting event early. 2 weeks ago was the big Michigan State-Michigan rivalry game. I thought for sure Michigan State was going to lose. They didn't. They won. It was crazy. It was all over the news. So I'm sitting downstairs. Michigan State has the ball. They turn it over. There's like a minute and a half left. I'm like, oh, this is over. So I turn it off. My husband, who is a Michigan fan, was upstairs. So I'm sitting there angry that we lost to the damn varmints, as I like to call them. And then I hear from upstairs, what the beep? What the beep? You gotta beep and be kidding me? What the? I'm like, what is going on? So little man's watching a Spider-Man episode on the DVR, so I can't turn on the TV. So I'm trying to get to my iPad and turn the ESPN app back on to see what happens, and it's frozen. So of course I can't see what's going on, and I missed it. I saw it on replay like 5 million times, like everybody else in the country, but I missed it. Guy fumbled the snap. It was a bad snap. It wasn't the punter's fault. But he should have just fell on the ball. But he thought he could do it. He couldn't. And then our guy returned it for the touchdown to win. And in the mayhem that ensued, managed to dislocate his hip. And have to have surgery. Poor kid. First time he's touched a football all year. He's a freshman. And he has the high of winning this big, huge game, and then the low of he has all these people piled on him, and his hips dislocated. I'm sure it was not a pleasant experience. And then he has to be in the hospital for like a week having surgery. But, so, that is, I always say never leave early. I mean, unless it's really, really obvious that, if you're losing by 50 points, okay, you can leave early. But when it's close like that, you shouldn't leave, because anything can happen. Oh well. So the next weekend, after my husband recovered, he had to leave and go for a walk that night. We went to the cider mill and had cider and donuts. And it was nice. It was cold that day. The weather's been really funky. Like, it was cold and then it's warm. Like, today it's going to be 72 degrees. It's November. I'm not complaining, but it's just weird. I don't like it when it's cold, and then 2 days later it's warm, and then 2 days later it wreaks havoc with allergies and asthma, and it's not fun. But anyway, so we went to the cider mill, and that was fun. Little man was cold, though, so he kept complaining, so we left. And then I have volunteered twice now at Clark School. So I went in 2 weeks ago to work with the kids during the morning. Interesting. And then I went for their party for Halloween on Friday. I give teachers especially the little teachers of the littles, because I know that middle school and high school comes with its own brand of challenges. But I was ready for a nap. I don't know. These teachers do it all day, every day. I give them total props. I was so tired when I came home. And I couldn't take a nap either day. That Monday I took part of the day off. I did my audit that had to be done by the end of the day on Monday. So I only worked about 3.5 hours, but when I volunteered to help, I thought it'd be like an hour. It was like 4. It was like from 8:30, 8:30 to 11:40 when they went to lunch. I had to take the kids outside and we had to observe weather. What do you see? Oh, I see cars. Well, cars aren't weather. What do you hear? I hear cars. Well, cars aren't weather. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun though, and my son appreciated it. And then on Friday, he told me that it was the best day ever. The party. And I gave him the choice. I said, you can come home with me, but mommy has to work for the rest of the day. Or you can stay here and go to after school care. And he wanted to go to after school care because they were having a party. They were having pizza and stuff. So I don't blame him. I would rather go too. So I came home, got logged back into work. It was about a half an hour later. I'm on the phone and my phone, the call waiting beeps in, and I look and it's at the school. And I'm like, oh, geez, what happened? So I called the school back. The secretary answers. She's like, oh, hold on. Puts me on hold. And then the principal comes on the phone. Now, principal's like, this is Dr. Van. I have Clark in the office. My first thought, of course, is he punched somebody. He pushed somebody. He did something. Well, no. They were on the stage in the cafeteria playing around like they weren't supposed to be, of course, and they were trying to get him down. And when he was coming down the stairs, he slipped and he fell, and he had a pencil in his hand with the lead side up. Right here. Little puncture wound right here. Wasn't too bad. It was pretty small. I don't think more than just the tip of the pencil went in. And it bled a little bit, but not too bad. And I didn't even take him to... Maybe I'm a horrible mother. But I'm like... There's nothing they can do for puncture wounds. They can't stitch them. They can't do anything except put a Band-Aid on it, which I can do at home. And they're going to tell us to keep it clean and dry. So we did. I washed it off, put antibiotic cream on it, and put a Band-Aid on it. And he was fine. He milked it, though. He milked it for 2 days. Saying, my throat hurts. It hurts to talk. It hurts to breathe. It hurts to eat. But I want cookies and ice cream. He got a couple cookies. But he's okay now. He actually had an asthma consult yesterday. My husband took him and the doctor took a look at it and she said it was fine just to keep doing what we're doing. So that's what we're doing. And then we had Halloween. And little man went out for about 45 minutes. It rained, of course. It seems like it always rains here. My phone's ringing, but it's a telemarketer, so I'm not going to answer it. So... He went out for like 45 minutes and his basket was full. This is the most candy the kid has ever gotten on Halloween. So, and we went back and did our traditional, I take out, he's allergic to peanuts, so I take out everything with the peanuts and we trade it with Grandpa's candy with stuff he can have. So he had 13 things with peanuts that he couldn't have. So we took 13 things from Grandpa's basket that he could and replaced them. So. And Grandpa had leftover candy, so he was fine. And then finally, I've decided to participate again this year in NaBloPoMo, which is National Blog Post Month. So you post on your blog every day for the month of November. I've done it twice before. I know one time I did it fine, successfully, barely. I think my last post was, it's over. That year. And then the other year I didn't complete it. But we'll see how it goes. So that's my personal blog, which is crazyknittingfool.blogspot.com. But I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to take a gander at it. So on to the knitting. touchdowns, which are finished objects, I got nothing. Again, title of the episode, not much progress. So, moving on. First downs, whips. So, first thing that I worked on, and I'm in the middle of a row, of course, seems like you always are, is the Bumpy Road Shawl. Okay, here we go with me not being able to talk again. Bumpy Road Shawl, designed by me. It's on size 4 needles. The yarn is Fibra Natura Yummy in color 41354. So, you can see, like I said, I'm in the middle row. This isn't very easy. This is where I was. This is where I am. 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks. Not much progress. But, where's my ball of yarn? Here's my ball. It's getting kind of small. Thinking I need to weigh it when I'm done with this row and figure out how much I have left. So I can figure out when I need to start finishing or thinking about finishing it off. Okay, second first down whip is by Spider-Man Sheldon. And this is the Sheldon pattern by, I didn't write it in my notes, but Ruth Holmrogaus. I'm not sure how to say her name. But it's the Sheldon turtle. Oh, here, let me, I'm sure you've all seen it, but there's pictures from Knitty a few years ago. I made one for Little Man a couple years ago. Second Christmas. And now I'm making him a Spider-Man one. I saw it on a blog and I thought it was kind of cool. So this is where we are right now. His little body. So I'm making this out of, it's a mystery acrylic. I'm sure it's acrylic. And my husband bought, I think it's Red Heart Super Saver by the shape of the yarn and the feel. But it didn't have any labels on it. And then the red will be the leftover red from his Spider-Man blanket. I don't know how that happened. I had no blue left over, but I had almost a full thing of red from his blanket. But whatever. Not worrying about it. So that will be his stuffy for Christmas. So this is going to be probably a very short episode because I'm almost done. Not much progress. Turnovers, mistakes. I've been mistake-free. Lucky me. Yay! Training camp, future projects. Nothing I can really think of. He does need a hat. I've said that before. But my mother-in-law, finally, okay, we got his Christmas gift, or his birthday gift 2 weeks ago. Like, she mailed it, I think, on the 19th of October. His birthday's September 5th. That's my mother-in-law for you. Let's just say she's lives in her own little world. And she's in Vegas. Thank God. Anyway. So, what was I saying? Oh, she sent him a hat in his package. So, it fits him. He's got a very large head. And hats can be hit or miss with him. So this one, it's just like barely the tips of his ears aren't covered. So he's got one for the time being until I can make him one. Because I'm making him ear flap hats. So his ears are covered. So he's got a large noggin. And the kid, when I took him to his doctor's appointment on the 19th, the kid is 58 pounds. I'm like, no wonder my back hurts when he wants me to pick him up. Which is only 75th percentile for weight. But he's in the 95th percentile for height. He is 51 3/4 inches tall. A7. I need to get a basketball in this kid's hand. He needs to go play in the NBA. Needs to make mama some money. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be much of an athlete. I don't know if he's going to get the athletic gene. My niece has got it. So we can hope. Anyway, okay, moving on. Concessions, which are purchases. Again, I got nothing. It's going to be time to start Christmas shopping. Don't want to think about that. Okay, moving on. Film room, books, TV, etc., etc., etc. So I finished 2 books since the last time. I finished A Winter Haunting by Dan Simmons. And it wasn't scary. Stephen King says this guy scares him. I figured I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to finish it. If this guy scares Stephen King, I didn't think it was scary. I don't know. I didn't like it. I can't recommend it. I thought it was kind of dumb. The ending was really stupid. I'm sorry, we're not supposed to use that word. It's a bad word in our house. I didn't like it. Can't recommend it. And then I finished The Last One Home by Debbie Macomber. I love Debbie Macomber. So this is a story of a woman. She runs away at 18 and gets married against her family's wishes and moves from, Seattle to Florida, and her husband's abusive, and she was pregnant, of course, when they got married, and, she's finally leaves her husband and moves back, and it's like her reconnecting with her sisters and, finding love again, and, it's just a very typical chicky litty Debbie Macomber book, but I love her books, so it was good. And now I'm reading The Big Four by Agatha Christie. And I just started it. I'm on page 3. But it says, alone, each was formidable. Together, they were virtually invincible. The Big Four, a brilliant Chinese man, an American millionaire, a French woman scientist, and an elusive master of disguise, a criminal conspiracy with diabolical designs. Even the indomitable Hercule Poirot is appalled as he follows a trail of murders in what could very well prove to be his final case. Still trying to go through reading all of Agatha Christie's books. So that was next on the list. So, like I said, I'm on page 3, so I can't give you much info on it. So television, of course, we had to watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And it's the first time I got little man to sit and watch it. And we watched it twice. He liked it. I love it. I want to go see the Peanuts movie. Maybe we'll do that Thanksgiving weekend. He doesn't want to see I want to see the other one, the other little kid, the movie that's coming out at Thanksgiving. The dinosaur one, like The Great Dinosaur or something like that. It's called The Good Dinosaur. Looks cute, but Clark doesn't like dinosaurs, so. He's a boy and he doesn't like dinosaurs. It's weird, but oh well. And we watched the Lego movie again, which I love. It's just funny. I still think it would be funnier if a Lego stepped on a Lego. Because, those suckers hurt when you step on them. But it was funny. So we watched it. We've watched it twice. So, and I have some new shows on the DVR to watch, but haven't watched them yet. So, I'm trying to think. What was it? Wicked City with Ed Westwick, who he was Chuck on Gossip Girl. And Grimm, the season premiere of Grimm was last week, or Friday. I'm all confused because I'm not at work today. It was Friday, a few days ago, but I haven't watched it yet. So I have those coming up. And I watched a new podcast. They have 2 episodes. I've only watched the first one, but it's Wool Gathering. They're Canadian. Some more connects. And it's Meredith, who is Mero Shop on Ravelry, and Natasha, who is Natasha LeBlanc on Ravelry. And I liked it. So I'll link to it in the show notes. Like I said, I haven't watched the second episode yet, but the first one was good. All right, into the post game, which is the wrap-up. The alphabet and along. Come on, people. Where are you? Participate. I'm trying to give you stuff here. If you don't want it, that's fine. I'll keep it to myself. I was going to give away the first podcast in November, the first Chatter Prize, but I only had 2 people. And I don't feel right giving something to just one of two people. Like, I don't know, it feels weird to me. And I'm on a limited budget here, people, so I can't give away 2 prizes unless I don't give away one later on down the road. So we're going to hold off on that until we get some more participation. If we don't get any more participation, then the 2 people will get patterns, but I'm hoping for more. Come on, chop chop, get moving. What are you waiting for? Like I said, I'm trying to give you stuff here, people. Anyway, so that's it. I didn't go to Fiber Expo a couple weeks ago. It rained on Saturday, so we didn't go trick-or-treating thing. And then, so we went to another town and did theirs trick-or-treating on Sunday. So, and I didn't realize, though, that Fiber Expo, I think from the pictures I saw from Steve with Leading Men Fiber Arts, it was indoors. I don't know. I've never been there. But they have another one in the spring. I'm sure that's probably when they shear the sheep. And they don't do that. They used to have one out in Mount Bruce Station out by us in the spring, and they haven't done it. And I heard through the grapevine that the wife broke her leg, so they're actually like looking to sell off the animals, and they'll still have the land in the house available for rentals, but they're not going to be farming anymore. So Clark likes to go see the sheep shearing, so maybe we'll go to Fiber Expo in April in Ann Arbor. But anyway, so contacting me, and on Ravelry, I'm Crazy Knitting Fool. On Twitter, it is Crazy Knit Fool. Instagram is Crazy Knitter Studio. The blog is crazyknitterstudio.blogspot.com. The email is crazyknitterstudio@gmail.com. And then the Ravelry group is Crazy Knitter Studio. So my next episode will be November 14th or 15th, depending on which day I can record. And that's about it. That's a wrap. Closing up my book. And you might be a mom if the only Band-Aid you can find is a Minion Band-Aid. Anyway, so I hope you all have a good couple weeks, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.